Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I thought it'd make a lot of sense to introduce myself to you and talk about my experience in life, what I've been through, why I think that my life systems could really help you out. And again, I'm here to just share my story just as an introduction. And in future videos, I'm gonna start getting into more of my systems that I use to make life a little bit easier. So a little bit about myself. Again, my name's Zach. I'm 36 right now. It is March 4th. And I grew up in South Florida. I'm not a Florida man, but I understand why people have those opinions about people in Florida. I fully accept them. I ended up going to UCF in Orlando. I got my bachelor's in psychology, and then I got my MBA. I'm really interested in business. I was pretty obsessed with Shark Tank when I came out there, and I love entrepreneurship. I did get a minor in entrepreneurship as well. After that, I got my first job in corporate payroll. Wasn't really my thing, to be honest. I don't think it's anybody's thing actually, unless you love payroll. So I ended up having an opportunity to move to Michigan. So I moved to Michigan with some friends, and I started growing and selling medicinal marijuana, legally of course. So I did that for a couple of years, realized that I'm a very social, extroverted person. It really wasn't for me. I didn't want to be in my basement. I smelled like it all the time. Tough to date, to be honest, and didn't really love pure Michigan. So I ended up going west a few hours to Chicago. I've always wanted to live in a big city. I had a couple friends out there as well. I knew I had some experience as well as my MBA, and I knew I can get a job there. So I made my way out there. That was about 7 years ago now, I think. So from there, I did get a job as a junior project manager, which turned into a project manager role, which was great. I learned a ton. I was there for 4 years. And then I kind of jumped companies to an e-commerce company, a very large e-commerce company, as a product manager. And then I got promoted to, lately, I think it was a year ago now, a senior digital product manager. So that's kind of my story. A little bit more about my personal life. My fiance's name is Alyssa. We're getting married in a couple months in Cancun. And I have 2 cats. Some other things to share about me. During my time in Michigan, I actually ended up being $60,000 in debt, form of credit cards and loans. That was to support the marijuana business that I was doing. Because it didn't go well and I left, I actually brought that to Chicago with me. I'm now doing really, really well. I have a very positive net worth that I'd like to share with everybody in a future video. And I'm really passionate about that because I've been through the story of from debt and what it takes with a plan to turn that all around. So what inspired me to start a YouTube video? To be honest, I watch YouTube all the time, mainly to learn about things like personal finance, career, health, apps, certain productivity. I've compiled all that into, I don't really call it Life Simple Systems, but they're my systems, and I want to share that with you. I think it's really, really important that we have systems, whether it's habits or systems or whatever you want to call it. I think it's really important for our day-to-day life. Life is hard, whether it's your job, relationships, finance, anything, it's hard. And I really just like to share that with everybody, try and help some people out there and have fun doing it. This is going to be a new creative process for me outside of corporate culture, and I'm excited for the journey. Some of the topics that I'm passionate about that I think I have a lot to share is personal finance. I touched on that a little bit before, where I went from debt to now positive net worth, and I can talk about what I've used and how I planned my financial turnaround. Career, I've had a few different jobs, and the way I think about careers I think is very, very interesting that I'd love to share with you as well. Health is obviously split up into 2 sections in my mind, which is fitness and nutrition. I'm not a fitness expert and I'm not a nutritionist. These are just systems that I found help me to maintain my weight or my energy, how to get me active. And then another thing I'm very passionate about is productivity. I naturally have very high executive functioning. So how I develop productivity is a combination of what I do as a product manager, as well as what tools I use to manage my life. That involves personal life and work. So I'd love to talk about that as well. I think I have a lot to share with those topics. And if you all have other topics you want to dive into or more detailed, then I'll obviously skew my videos towards that. So what can you expect from the channel? I want this to be fun. I don't want to be a robot here. If you think I'm acting like a robot, put it in the comment, just tell me. I also generally just want to help you. I want to share my systems in a creative way. I want to get feedback. I want to improve my systems. Life is hard. It's very, very hard, especially now. And it doesn't have to be as hard if you have the right systems. So I want to share everything with you, what I have, my knowledge in a creative outlet, such as YouTube. And I want to learn some new skills. And I'm excited to go on this journey with you. So Please subscribe below if you want to. If you want to watch a few videos before that, sounds great too. Excited to meet you.